Go ahead and start a line right here.
Alright, so I will mention this to you guys because Lieutenant Ollis said it to me in platoon headquarters on our platoon HQ. It is available to change to the Mars Cirrus combat vests.
We've all been told this already, Baldwin.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get in line.
I don't know because I wasn't around for all the time. And
is that the vest you want to wear?
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, there's some cooler ones if you're interested. That's just like bone stock.
Yeah, we were given up-to-date stuff on the SOP, Baldwin. Thank you.
Okay.
Check out the go to vest and then Martyria.
Martyria?
Yep.
You might want to let Subs know, though. He's kind of slack-ass on it.
There's a Martyria heavy gunner and multicam. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a Martyria's heavy gunner, a multicam, and then a Martyria's heavy gunner with a belt.
Oh, that's got a lot more fucking room. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Belts are important.
Although it is less ballistic protection, more explosive protection. See how that goes.
A little bit.
What's another package?
And like the belt almost is the same size as the fucking Falcon packs.
It's a nice piece you got there on your chest. White, go ahead and holster your weapon if you could. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome.
I returned.
Great.
God help us.
Wait,
Yes.
who's gonna be leading second fire team? Cause is Pacheco gonna show up?
No, he's not gonna be here tomorrow. That's a good question. Who is leading second fire team?
We'll figure it out tomorrow.
It's supposed to be 2IC.
What?
Was.
What'd you say, Blake?
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. He became squad medic.
Yes, I'm too busy infusing totally not alcohol into your veins.
Hey Blake, how much saw are you carrying?
How much what?
He's not your AAR.
Who is? Hoover?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Blake's not even in our fire team.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Well, if you're a good AR, then you're carrying 5 belts at this point.
I don't know how that has anything to do with being a good AR or not. But I mean, that might be what we should be carrying. But yeah, I mean, Grig carries 8,500 rounds of ammo, and he's a terrible AR.
What? 8,500? I mean, God damn it! I see now why you're first fire team lead, because you get along with Shage so well at shit talking me for some reason. I still don't know to this day, and I've known Shane for like 3 years.
I love you, Greg. Just, you know.
If God did not want your shit slapped, he would not have created me.
Damn.
First of all, God can go fuck himself. Secondly, God damn it, my microphone cut out.
No, I was gonna ask, how long do we have until drill starts?
27 minutes.
Yeah, we usually step off at about 1400.
Can I run to the range real quick?
You can teleport to the range real quick. I wouldn't suggest running.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, wait, are we?
Be back
We
in 10
doing
minutes or less.
like talking stuff again today?
No,
Talking
we're doing
stuff?
convoy stuff.
Every time we do drills, Greg, there will be talking stuff. That's how drills work.
Well, yes, but is it going to be only
No,
talking stuff?
No,
There
we're
may
doing
or may
convoy.
not be just talking stuff. You'll have to show up and find out, Baldwin. Or Greg.
Baldwin!
Fucking here. What the fuck are you talking about?
I literally was looking
What
at
are you
names
doing,
and
Hank?
your name was at the top.
I'm waiting for Greg.
Oh.
Why are you waiting for me?
Because I need you to help me use the scope because I'm so confused.
Okay, give me a moment. I need to find a CLS. Shut up, Bowden. I'll teach him. He's my man.
Baldwin, do we have to use spinning or can we use another map?
I don't know.
I mean, why don't they just use Takistan?
Probably because this
Pakistan
turner.
is trash.
Probably because this server was being used for BCT or AIT.
No,
There is OSUT after today.
yeah, it'll be later on.
I was. Oh! Okay, I almost fell. I mean, Takistan's at least better than that map.
I mean, maybe.
Hey, Brock, do you have room for that in your bag?
What's that?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, but it's not mine. It's Corporal Shade's.
Okay.
He's not supposed to have it either.
Yo, I am.
Warleader's gonna have a
Pistol?
pistol.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
just carrying. I'm just doing my part as a simple soldier.
I know my SOP.
That's your accountability item.
Yankur is holding his water bottle, and
Is he?
Brock is holding my pistol. Yankur, you better
User
be fucking holding that water
disconnected from
bottle.
your
Yankur,
channel.
where are you? Where are you right now, Yankur?
He's at the range.
Okay.
I think-
I'll be right back.
Greg Yankura's at the range waiting for you.
Good, I need a moment. Okay,
Nice jump.
thank you.
Well, since Hoover's not here, I am going to grab some more ammo. Be right back. Oops.
Where are you going?
Arsenal.
So why does Devlin get to have the fancy pants helmet? Thrill me that one.
Because he's in aviation.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He's not in aviation.
Devlin?
Aviation?
Devlin is not
wait.
in aviation.
Since when are fast helmets approved?
Officially, he's in platoon.
Not.
That
Why?
he's wearing a fast
Why does
that's why
Devlin
I
have
brought
a
it up.
fat?
Don't worry
Oh,
about
I
it.
wasn't
Just
here.
move on.
Sorry.
Shade, what you need?
Yankura, show me your water bottle right this second. Something wrong? Do you not have your water bottle?
It's okay.
Okay.
No, it's like.
Okay, pick it up. Thank you. Go back to whatever you're doing.
Okay. Yankura, I will take the scope you're supposed to have on my M4 and walk you through it.
Alright, cool.
Give me a moment. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go. Follow me to the vodka. Okay.
Righty.
Yeah, that's why the Canadians use it.
What?
Yeah, you may need to use move to one of the other firing positions.
Smith, make sure to join our group. Smith. Brock, did Smith say he was going somewhere?
Negative.
Alrighty. And I'm going to have to do what I normally do. Shit.
Hey, he's here. I can't hear you, Smith.
I wasn't talking.
Oh, alright, I saw your little sound thing move.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Smith, join our group. Just join off Brock. I'm going to die so I can get to this. Alrighty, I have ascended. Alrighty.
You might want to check on Blake. Shade.
Why? Where's he at?
I don't know. He got on and said, "What are we doing today?" And nobody answered him, and he left.
Oh shit. Did he leave the TeamSpeak?
A firm.
What's his name in the group chat?
I don't know. He's Pachico's guy.
Darn. This is why I like Discord. I can really put nicknames on people.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll sort that out in a moment.
It should be a
will-
requirement to change your Steam name.
It is for leaders, but
Yeah.
not. Realistically, I just need to make sure to put a nickname on them for next time. I'm currently finding a road that will be suitable for going. Alrighty. You know what? This is a good road. It will do.
Main road outside of base here. Like heading towards the sniper range.
No, it's... If we go straight north, it's the road to the north.
Hmm.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Do you have a list of TPRs?
I'm about to check it.
Boy, fruit snacks are good. Great
What?
benefits. There's some great benefits of having a 7-year-old kid in your house.
Oh, really?
Like these gusher like fruit snacks just hanging out. You know?
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what they say? Use it or lose it.
Not sure how that applies to fruit snacks, but
He didn't eat the fruit snacks, he doesn't get them. That's how it works.
So are these backpacks allowed? I never got
What?
that part of the memo.
What backpack in question?
The one I have on my back.
What one is the
Lambert-
one on your back?
Lambert was wearing it. And says Devlin,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, those are fine.
Amazing, because they have even more carry spends than my
Okay,
kit bag from
Gregor.
yesterday.
Gregor, if you're at an 11, I need you to bring it down to like a 6. Because you were yelling so loud, I'm getting an audio crackle from you.
Oh, I have Greg at minus 5.5 in my
I
team
do. I
speed.
have him lowered as well. That's why I was like, bruh.
Greg, what pack were you using earlier that you're instead of now?
What do you mean earlier?
I think he was using the assault
The
pack.
backpack you were talking about you were using last time.
The kit bag.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's because kit bag is like the halfway point for all bags.
Yeah. And I was using that. This one weighs a bit more, but also has like 25% more carry space.
Yeah. Well,
You may
that's
notice how
what
much
radio we got.
saline I'm carrying.
What?
That
What
bag that
radio
you
are
got
we
right
on?
now is comparable to
We haven't
say,
decided
the
yet, but I'm
Alice
assuming
pack
110.
or the carry-all.
Alright.
So that's why.
Well,
Okay.
Nope, I've got a lot of saline, so...
Yeah. Your weight is now what?
90 pounds?
How many kilo?
40?
What's it? 40?
Hmm?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 40 kilo because I'm sitting at 38 and I'm 85 pounds.
Don't push over 40, Greg.
Whoa. Whoa, I am 40. Oh,
Are you?
40.01.
I'm carrying like I'm
Okay,
carrying
then you need to
1,000
drop
rounds
the
of ammo and shit.
.01.
I can drop the spray paint?
Yeah, you don't need spray paint. Get rid of the spray paint.
Sure.
I mean, he's got fucking 10,000 liter bags or 1,000 milliliter bags of saline.
There
Yes,
we go.
but at the same time, the saline can be injected into someone to save their life. The spray paint will not save their life if it is injected into them. It will do the opposite of that, if anything.
Not against
If you
superpowers.
can-
We haven't tested this.
Okay, now I'm at 39.9.
Okay.
I am fixing my mistake from last time, and I'm taking 5 250s and 5 500s.
That might be beneficial for you. I need to check my BMO request because I don't have my squad XML fixed or set up. Alrighty. So, let me check the time. Okay, we have 10 minutes before I have to actually work. Okay, do we have everyone here? Or we need to get Blake. You see? Okay, so I'm going to check TPRs and other stuff.
I'm back, sorry about that.
Jump in line here with the rest of us.
I'm supposed to be yellow.
Make
Who is
yourself
that
green,
over there?
actually.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that last week.
Devlin.
No, behind him.
Gonlisk.
No, in the tent. It has a fucking 18 times scope on an M4.
Well, Bodoin's in there. I
What
don't
the
know who
fuck?
else.
What the fuck? What's going on?
It is, yeah, it's both one.
Okay, if it's just ignore both one.
I think it's both when they have thermals on.
Yes, definitely Baldwin.
It's pretty sad that it took you guys that long to realize it was me.
What?
I said I'm pretty sad that it took you guys that long to realize it was me.
I mean, to be fair, you're like quartered away from us. We can't. All I can see is like the side back of you.
Either.
Besides, it's not an M4, it's a 16. Because it's supposed to be my lightweight marksman's kit.
Look, guys, he got an M4 that took some Viagra. Look at him. Okay, but yeah, so I have pulling up the TPRs now and trying to get in contact with Blake.
He was in here earlier.
Yes, I saw, but now he's not.
Yep.
Are we doing gear inspections before we step off?
Do you have something that you need to hide, Gregorov?
Technically no.
Elaborate there, champ.
I mean, adenosine is SOP, last I checked.
Yes.
My mags are fine, because I've seen Bowden also use this kind of mag.
This kind of mags. P-mags?
P mags or just orange or just tan mags in general.
Yeah, not tan. If you're gonna run a black gun, you might as well run a black mags. Come on.
And
I like
optics.
diversity. What diversity? Oh, the MRCO was made SOP last I was told, so yeah, I'm good.
You sure about
Look
that?
how ugly that is.
Yep.
Yeah. Look how ugly that is. Ugh.
Gregorov, you know every time you point, your thumb points right back at you.
Oh.
Well, of course.
Yes, of course.
Actually, it doesn't.
I guarantee you, Greg just pointed right now to see where his thumb went.
Well, no, Eastern Europeans, we keep our thumb pointing forward as well. That's just how we do it.
So I just...
You're lucky all you Eastern Europeans aren't pointing all your fingers forward.
They tried that once, and we told them that wasn't okay.
We didn't try it. Okay, maybe we did for like 2 years, but still.
Gotta find admin. I have to change my name on it.
Corporal Shade, I'm
Right,
requesting
that's
that your M9 be switched over to Brock's accountable item.
It is already a proxy accountable item. I've told them that.
Hey, firm.
Okay, so I got a TPR from Adams.
Yep.
Transferring regiments. Be back online Monday night.
Hoover, I'm assuming is just we're gonna drop him.
I don't know. Has he been able to get in contact with
He joined the unit. He hasn't talked to anybody, I don't think, and has never been here.
Yeah, sounds like he will then. Is he still AWOL?
I don't even know if he's been here long enough to be AWOL.
He's not been here long enough to be AWOL.
Okay.
But I reached out to him. He's a fellow former Marine, and you know, he said he wanted to chat, and he never responded to me. Never responded back to Lambert or anybody.
That's fun.
Hope he's okay.
Oh, radio frequency. I knew I was hearing something.
Yeah, Adams put in a TPR. He's changing his.
He got transferred in the British military.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's getting transferred to Aerosol when he has a fear
He's afraid of heights.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scorpion Mike radio check on 110.
Name Charlie.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Bodwin.
What?
If everything goes well, finally I'm gonna get my third AD patch tomorrow.
Why would you get that,
Not
champ?
quite.
Is
Third
it?
operation.
It's. I mean, maybe not tomorrow, but the week
Month
after, because it's gonna be my third op.
Yeah, no,
Month after?
Yes, next ceremony.
Yeah. Okay.
Ceremony after.
Yeah, 1st of
Okay.
March.
So in
area.
March I'm gonna get
you
my.
get the attendance. You get the attendance thing, and then the month after is when you get the patch.
Okay. So it's gonna be. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, am I getting a combat medic patch or my normal CIB?
I would think you'd get a CM.
You'll get whatever I decide to put you in for.
Okay.
You don't have your tabs, by the way, bud. I'm not sure if you care or not.
What?
Of what?
I was just letting Bowden know he doesn't have his tabs on his uniform.
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
A ranger and
With
tabs.
Widowmaker's patch.
Yes, I do.
No,
I
you
don't see them.
You don't see them.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you don't see them then.
Let me see.
You've also your squad XML's broken as well.
My squad XML is the original one.
That's
Can't correct.
Yeah,
not.
it doesn't work.
I don't even see Baldwin.
You don't
Where's
have
the-
your patch on
Oh,
either.
that's not. Oh, that's not
I will
Baldwin.
put it on. I don't. I thought it was on.
Where's fucking
Hold on.
Baldwin?
You probably changed your kit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys see how many infected they're up to?
Yeah,
What?
a lot.
Oh, yeah, the coronavirus.
12,000.
I heard a report yesterday that virus was started in the Chinese
Derek, are
bioweapon
you happy now?
laboratory.
Yes. I mean, I've heard theories that it's to kill off the Chinese old population over 65.
But it is linked
That's what
to
I
I
heard.
didn't
the.
realize that it affects people that are younger than that too.
Well, the people that it's killing are mostly people with weak immune systems, so babies and old people.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
And
debilitating them in both sides of the fucking
Oh,
spectrum.
okay. Oh, that's McGregor. Okay.
But yeah, there's a report that came out from a Israeli intelligence agency that says that it's a scientific bioweapon that was created in the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is the only lab in China that's allowed to develop deadly viruses, apparently. I don't know.
oh yeah, also like I think it was 6 hours ago, the first outside China death happened
And where?
in Russia.
Vietnam? Oh,
There's a couple.
No,
There's
Russia.
a couple cases in America
Y'all
already.
ever notice that every year that starts with a 20 had a plague, or that ends with a 20 had a plague?
Come on.
I know it's
like,
exactly
think about
100 years after what was the big one?
Spanish flu.
Yeah.
Give me a moment. I have to go look at I need to go look at Devlin's helmet. That is by far the stupidest fucking thing I've ever fucking seen. Look at that thing. That looks like a fucking special ed helmet. Everyone, about face, turn around, look at him and laugh.
Shall we point?
Yankura, turn around, look at him and laugh. Look at him.
Alright.
Look
where's
at
it
that
at?
shit. Look
I
at
mean-
that.
Does he have aviators on?
No,
No.
it'd be less autistic if he did.
Oh fuck! My vector's broken as fuck.
Have you tried fixing it?
I will try that. For some reason, when I look down it, I don't see the vector's like interface. It just
That's just
as
sad.
if I'm zooming in. Why? Okay, this actually is. Give me a moment. That's weird. Hold on a moment. The normal one doesn't work either.
Yankura,
What the hell?
if you didn't go to Ranger School, take the Ranger tab off, champ.
What?
You have the Ranger tab of Scorpions on your thing.
Oh, what? I thought this was Scorpions.
It is. There are two versions of every single third ID patch.
Yes, one with Ranger,
Oh, I
one
didn't even
without.
know that.
There you go, champ.
Yeah.
Sean's just mad at me.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna respawn because I think that's gonna fix it. Usually.
Alrighty, so we've waited long enough. I'm going to take a picture for attendance sake.
Yep. Fixed.
Yankura, don't fucking ignore him.
Okay.
Because if they want to be out of uniform, I'm going to bring it up because, frankly, if they get to have fun stuff, we get to have fun stuff, but not my problem. So everyone, there's a beautiful TP pole right here. Come dance on it.
Where are we going? Oh.
Scorpions drills. Ой, блядь.
Outstanding. So, we have multiple vehicles in front of us. So, this is going to be... This is my favorite vehicle of all time, the Mercer 4. It will be the command vehicle for the sake of this. We will just... Can I help you, Gregorov?
Is that a Crow Mark 19?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what we'll do is So, we're going to be going over convoy stuff today. So, this part will be a small classroom-style demonstration, and then we will practice a little. So, there is some fundamental things about convoys that are important to know, otherwise you have shit shows, not unlike what happened last week. So, first and foremost, your heaviest vehicle in terms of firepower, in this case, it'll be the Mark 19, which is right here. That bad boy is not going to be at the dead front or the dead rear. The reason for this one is that this is not a precise weapon. This is you point it in a direction and then you commit that direction to oblivion. It is God's gift to the world. So, it stays in the middle. Or at least in circumstances where we'd have more than just 4 vehicles because we're piss small, you'd have the front vehicle, this bad boy, with the M2, and then behind it you'd have the Mark 19. And then you'd have your command vehicle. If you had another Mark 19, it'd go right here, and then you'd have the vehicle behind it. In fact, I'm going to just do that right now for the sake of demonstration. So this would be how you would have your convoy set up in the span of 5 vehicles. Obviously, if you had more vehicles, you would just expand this, and so on and so forth. For the way vehicle turrets should be pointed, it goes as follows. The front vehicle, right here, should always point forward. Because, oh, this is a Mark 19 version. I'm sorry, let me
User left your channel.
fix that, because that's not right. So, the front vehicle, which I am grabbing now, should be bada bing, bada boom. That is the wrong one.
I like a 240 in the front if we have them.
We can put 240 in the front for demonstration purposes. Right here. I wanted to have the party bus, but this works. So, the front vehicle, this one, is going to be pointing forward. Because if the thing at the front of the convoy is not pointing forward, nothing can point forward. Pretty straightforward. So, with that, give me a second, that's going to fuck shit up. Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. So, this bad boy is going to be pointing to the right. We will point it this way because its turret should be facing towards the right to pull rightwards security. The command vehicle in this circumstance does not have a turret on it, but were it to, it would be pointing to the left. In this circumstance, since we don't have a turret on the Mercer, the command vic, the vehicle right here would be pointing to the left as well. This way you have leftwards protection, and then the turret in the rear vehicle points to the rear, for the same reason that the vehicle at the front points to the front. Are there any questions to this right now?
Nope.
Outstanding.
The Mercer technically has a gun. It's called Yankura.
Yeah, true.
No. Anyway. So, with that, we will do a quick hands-on super simple demonstration of this where I'm going to have everyone hop into a vehicle. Everyone get on 110 for this, by the way. Tell me when everyone's on 110.
Ready to check 110.
Scorpion 1-2.
Sweet. Alright, everyone. I need every vehicle to have a gunner on it. Make it happen and point to the right direction. Every vehicle must have a gunner. We're not driving anywhere at the moment, so we'll just, we're getting the turret positions down pat.
Mind if I mention something, Corporal?
Go for it.
So, when we did convoys in the Marine Corps, basically your sector of fire is going to be, you can use the clock as your guide. So the front vehicle, my range of motion is going to be from 10 to 2 on a clock dial, 12 being straight ahead of us, right? The next vehicle is facing to the right, so you have intersecting fields of fire, right? So your next vehicle is going to be from 1 to 5, right? Then any vehicles pointing to the left would be 7 to 11. Any vehicles pointing to the rear would be 4 to 8. If you're thinking about the convoy as a moving clock.
I'm going to quickly draw a clock on the map just to demonstrate this.
Can't pull my mini map up for some reason.
I can't either.
Alright, everyone, if you gaze upon the map, you will see just above our position, which is to the right of the blue training field, you will see the best clock you've ever seen drawn on the map.
It's quite nice.
Thank you, Smith. So, as Smith said, you'll have the first vehicle with a field of arc to the 10 to 2. That's actually, give me one moment. There we go. 10 to 2. So that first vehicle will be watching that field of fire. The second vehicle, which will be denotated to yellow, is going to be, I believe he said, 1 to 3. Or 1 to 4. Is it 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, Smith?
It's 1 to 5.
1 to 5. That means the third vehicle is going to be watching in the opposite direction because he doesn't need to stare into the baby blue eyes, or that are in the back of the vehicle behind him's head, which will be notated in green. That will be the 11 to 7. And then lastly, our blue boy in the rear with the gear will be watching the 8 to 4 position. So gaze upon the most beautiful clock with the directions ever shown. And this is generally how it will play out. It doesn't have to be, you don't need to section this down smaller than the way it currently is, because if you have multiple vehicles facing in the same direction, you're already going to be looking at slightly different angles due to the fact of the positioning. Subconsciously, though, if you know that there's two vehicles looking to the left and you're the rear vehicle, maybe focus more on the 2/3 to the more left, and if you're on the left front forward one, you'd focus on the 2/3 to the right. So that way you can maintain better focus, and you're still not having any chances of non-interloping fire, or interlapping, rather. Does this make sense to everyone?
Affirm.
Smith, do you have any insight for us?
That's pretty as well as you can explain it.
Outstanding. So I am going to remove a couple vehicles. Everyone hop on out for me. We're going to make a small little convoy going.
You remember that song? Yeah.
The one thing I will say is, if this is it's a hard determination to make, but say you have 3 vehicles in a convoy, or let's just say 4, so we have that continuing 4 grid interlocking fields of fire. And your second vehicle takes fire to the right hand side, okay, which is in their sector where they're supposed to be looking. Does the third truck, the first truck, or the fourth truck help him?
Are you asking me as a legitimate question, or is that a question?
I'm asking everybody. Yeah.
Negative. Not unless they're disabled.
So, and again, you're a rolling clock. So if that second vehicle is taking contact to the right, the first vehicle would be the best vehicle to help him, unless the first vehicle's field of fire would be flagging the second vehicle. So since that right vehicle is already kind of facing to the right and is interlocking field of fire, the first vehicle could help the second vehicle if he's taking heavy contact. The third vehicle is not going to do a 180 and fire to the right unless we're in a shitty situation, right? And again, if that contact's more towards the rear of the vehicle, the fourth vehicle could help out, again, as long as he's not flagging vehicle 3 or 2, if that makes sense. So, but if it's small arms fire, or you don't have to worry about it. That one gunner should be able to handle it. And if you do need help, it's whatever truck is overlapping that sector, if that makes sense.
Anyone have any questions for that? Now is the perfect time to ask stupid questions.
No.
Okay. So, because we only have 5 of us, we can actually only really properly flex 3 vehicles, so that works out great. What?
Dibs on driving.
Okay. So, there's Girl. So, quick things. Unfortunately, I'm not supposed to drive because of some stupid stuff like being on the radio or some god-awful thing. But also, if you are a CLS or the squad medic, you are not to be driving. The reason for that is there's 2 priority targets on any vehicle in a convoy. The first priority is going to be the driver. The second one is going to be the gunner. Because if this driver gets shot and goes unconscious, he's going to come to a stop. Vehicle going to come up and, butt touch him, and bad times happen. Very
For
bad times.
some reason, explosive times happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Alright, cool.
So.
Bad things always happen when butt touches happen.
Yes, bad things will happen. Just wanted to make sure that everyone was picking up that bad times do, in fact, happen. Oh, that was the wrong button. Outstanding. So, we're going to have our 3 vehicles here. We're also going to quickly cover... Yanker, come on back.
Aww.
We're going to go over the other fun thing that convoys bring. That is IEDs. So, IEDs are fun. They're very fun. They fuck up everything and we hate them. So,
unless you're a lieutenant.
Or apparently a sergeant.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to put several IEDs down that can only be activated by command, because otherwise we'll have a small problem. So,
That small problem being shrapnel.
no small problem with it detonating. So, as you can see over to our left, right over here, we have 4 Hey Greg, you know I can never figure out why I shit talk you?
That was actually a misclick on my part, to be honest.
I don't change what I said. So as I was saying, so there's multiple types of IEDs. Fortunately for us, we get to have to only deal with 4 different ones that all look the same. In real life, you don't have that luxury, and half the time you don't even get the chance to see them because they're bullshit. So
I've seen them in Dead Dogs.
Oh, that was dark.
Yep.
I put them in
They
dead
They also
cows
use
and barbecue.
bodies.
they,
Sorry, Smith.
with IEDs, in real life, even in ArmA to an extent, the only thing that's a limiter for how despicable they can be is the person putting them down. There is nothing stopping you from having like a dead body who I will, just for the sake of a demonstration, I'm going to put down a US guy because I don't know if they're friendly on this one. So we're going to put down our friendly neighborhood marksman, and we're going to, oh, that's wrong button. We're going to kill him. So let me find it. It is bada bing, bada boom, blah. So he's all flopped over right now. So there's 2 different ways that something could be done. So we'll take this small IED. It's, frankly, it looks like the exact same fucking size, but that's okay. So what we'll just do is you can just put it right there. And if your ragdoll is the same as my ragdoll, that's practically invisible.
Yeah.
And the kicker is that I will directly lift it from its spot. So basically, it's not something you would notice until you get close enough that it detonates. And then, you know,
Game over.
Game over, man. So the other thing, too, is there's also mines. So
Can I just add a point for the IDs?
go for it, champ.
As Shade pointed out, it's up to the creativity. While most mission makers use these for because they're lazy, there is an Achilles module which is create ID. Any object can be made into an ID of any size, shape, and detonation properties. A can of soda could technically be a nuclear bomb. So if we're up against a dedicated mission maker, like an operation, there is a good chance that anything will be an ID.
So be afraid of literally everything.
If it's out of place, yes.
If
Okay.
the best way to identify an IED is something that's out of place and does not belong. So let's say that we're walking down the road, and I'm actually going to put this a little bit of distance. Does everyone see the car tire that's to our east?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Greg, what was the name of that thing? Do you know what it was under?
It's under systems, 3rd tab, and it's just create ID. Just search create and you should find it.
So there is. Okay, we're going to...
Yeah!
No. It's going to be... Can be disarmed. No. Okay. Activation distance, activation side, blue 4. So, for a demonstration is just for the sake of this, I am going to plop down our good friendly marksman, and he will demonstrate.
Get down.
Oh,
I said get
And-
down.
Are you gonna medic us or should I start patching?
who all got hurt right there?
Probably all of us.
No,
Okay.
I got
All
down.
of us.
I'm fine.
Okay, there we
Actually, I think you protected me.
go. Okay, we're all good. Sweet. So,
We're all not good.
do you not
I'm
just
gonna,
get ace
I'm
healed?
gonna, No.
The
Oh,
heal does not work. Use full heal.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. Is everyone healed now?
Friendly tip: when something
green.
is about to
now
explode,
I
you
am.
should tell everyone to get down before someone gets hurt.
Yeah. I didn't expect that to be that far. Anyway, so that actually is a good thing to note on. That's a small explosion. That was rated at small. So we were still getting hit from here, which is why you want to have adequate spacing. If your vehicles are as
meters?
tightly packed... Yeah. If you notice how tightly packed these vehicles are, this vehicle hits an IED. This one's already going to be being hit by the explosion itself. And not only is this one going to be hit by the explosion, it's going to be going super fucking hard into the front vehicle, which just got slammed to a stop by ceasing to exist.
That gunner's in trouble.
Yeah, and then this third guy is probably going to actually hit the second vehicle in the first place because they're so tightly packed. When we're on the road, you want to have some solid fucking distance. It's just like driving in real life. If the car in front of you immediately came to a stop, like just laws of physics determine that that car is now frozen in place, you should be able to come to a stop. Or at least be able to safely deviate. It's also because, let's say that our front vehicle is... This one's going to be the front vehicle for the sake of this. So, let's say this front vehicle is driving along and sees an IED that is literally like right here. And so they go, oh shit, IED. So they go around to the side for whatever fucking reason. Like, we're in contact, so we can't stop to handle an IED, or they want to just blow it up they can't blow it up in time. There's different reasons why you might not have the chance to respond. We don't want to leave it, obviously, but it's something that you must need. If you see it, it has to be relayed up. Like, you gotta call it IED, IED. If you can, by having enough distance, say IED left. So that way you can say, okay, so we need to go right, because that way we know the IED's on the left side of the road. If you don't do that, bad times can happen. So I'm hammering this home in the classroom portion just so that way you can see the stuff, because if you're not familiar with looking at these different little IEDs, they're pretty fucking dickish. So another trick, if someone is being particularly evil, is this. So let's say we are on patrol and we're just doing stuff, and so we come across... Actually, I'm going to put it over here for the sake of this. It's this bad boy right here. It's to our left. So it's floating. I'm putting it down. Don't go near it, Ancora. So I am going to say that this is next to some rubble, or it is just hidden in by a little shrub or something of that nature. So I'm an asshole, though. I want to kill you. My goal is to kill you, and this IED is not just going to do it. So that's okay. So I've put down the IED, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little anti-personnel mine, like this one, down nearby. And I'm actually not going to use that one because that is stupendously small. Where is one? No. We'll use a neighbor's bounty mine. So, what I can do is I can take this and I'll put it not necessarily right on top of the bomb or the ID. I could, in theory, do that if I was in Mission Maker. However, the better thing to do, especially if you're having to plant them both, as a Zeus would, potentially, is to put it off to the side just a little, especially hidden by a shrub. So we'll actually use this right here. So you see the ID? Do you see that bounty mine at all right now?
Negative.
Exactly. So that...
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes approaching IEDs even more dangerous, even if you know where they are, because the smart cookie that's trying their best to fuck you over will put secondaries, and then on top of that, what they might end up doing is, let's say this bad boy is pressure plated, and what you can't see is there's something right here that's further. Actually, we'll say it's further back, about like maybe I don't know 50 meters. Which
They like
if
to.
the,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, they like to put them. You know, in real life, they like to put them where the Humvee will stop.
Exactly.
So if they know you're going to spot that IED that's right there, they know that your truck is going to stop, like right here, because you can see it. So they'd put mines or another IED where they know you're going to dismount, if that's your SOP. So when you see an IED, it's not the IED is not the only threat. Usually IEDs are just used to stop a convoy, not to kill people. Usually they just want to hit the first and the last vehicle if possible at the same time, and then drop mortar or direct small arms fire on you when you try to dismount.
Exactly like Smith said. It really just comes down to how smart the enemy is. IEDs are typically used in one of two fashions. It's either used, like he said, as an ambush initiator, or it's just used to harass and basically be psychological warfare on forces, because the fact nowhere is safe, anything could kill them, and they have to live with that tension all the time. And that's not mentally healthy. So that's a effect that they can have. But the biggest problem that we have to deal with is ambush initiators. Because, like Smith said, what's going to end up happening, if they can clap the first vehicle and the last vehicle, and it's a really narrow road, or just like in an urban environment where you can't really drive around, you basically have just created a little box that they can't leave, and you can throw whatever you want into that box, and they're going to have a bad time.
That is the tactic that caused the most Sherman deaths in 1944 onwards, because Germans.
Yeah.
Caused the most deaths and most wars since that became a thing.
So
it's a fatal funnel.
The important thing there is the convoy should try to avoid stopping for any reason unless there is no choice. If there's a roadblock, we should try to go around it. We don't want to stop in front of it because the roadblock might be the ambush initiator. So we come to a stop, and then the IED that's planted right next to where by SOP we would stop detonates, and now shit's going down. And since we're first squad, that means we get to be front vehicle. So 3 guesses of who's going to get blown up more often than not. Us. So we really got to be on our A game to the point where we can basically sense when an IED is going to show up, because it's the worst time for it to do so. So for that, what you want to do, if we can, if you have an M2 or a Mark 19, and you can quickly put a slap on it to detonate it prematurely, go for that. But ideally, if we're in constant movement, we're going to just go around them. We'll mark it on the map, relay it up, make sure the whole convoy knows, and we'll handle it appropriately. If we're just on patrol, then that can be handled differently. But if we're going from point A to point B, our goal is to get to point B. If we get hampered down by having to deal with small things like this, that is the goal of the enemy, and we do not want them fulfilling that goal. That's just something to keep in mind as we go into operation. As I think Gregorov and Smith said at one point or another, things that don't belong there. If something doesn't look right, it's probably not right, so pay attention to it. Because even if the Zeus is not doing the cool little turn an object into a fucking bomb, there's nothing stopping them from putting the spare wheel, like for example the spare wheel, our good friend, and just putting the ID like right there. And if it's bada bing bada boom, it's hidden. You won't know it until you step on it. And just as the dead dog... Go ahead, Gregorov.
Or they don't make it an explosive. They do that 2 or 3 times, we get safe, and then it's an explosive.
Exactly. That's part of... So, different things like, I'm sure dead dogs are not uncommon over in Iraq, would you say, Smith?
Nope, they're pretty common.
So, I mean, if you see something 50 times, that's normal for you. And that's why that's called complacency. And there's a special phrase in the military involving complacency. Smith, would you kindly?
It kills you, essentially.
Yeah, complacency kills. You have to always be paying attention. We have the benefit that we only have to do that for like 2 to 4 hours over the span of a weekend. Smith gets to have the luxury of doing that for 8 months nonstop. So, everyone thanks Smith. So, definitely pay attention to that shit, because the last thing we want to do is completely fuck everything up because we didn't pay attention, we missed an ID on the road. Now our front vehicle, which may have 3 to all of us in it, is now detonated. If it's a Humvee, it is probably just cooked and gone and everything inside is dead. If it's a big boy MRAP, all our wheels are fucked, someone might be wounded, and that vehicle is not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm not too familiar with the JLTVs. I am going to... Yes.
They're also mine resistant to an extent.
Yeah, I'm just going to, if you will forgive me for this kind of immersion breakingness, I'm going to detonate. Okay, so yeah, that's a direct IED hit, and bad boy there is fuckled. The flip side is that it's not completely dead, so you have a good chance of staying alive. So I'm just going to quickly bring this back up to full. So for the sake of this, we will also use a large one, so that way you can see, because not all IEDs are created equal. So this bad boy is going to detonate right on target. And still, the glorious JLTV is still kicking for the second. So for the sake of checking, the hull is completely fucked. The engine is fine. And everything else is, the wheels are completely fuckled. The engines sometimes are dead, sometimes the hull's going to be dead. The worst thing is when the fuel tank gets hit, because it'll start hemorrhaging fuel, and then eventually detonate. So if you get hit in a vehicle like that, dismount and get fucking clear. Is anyone hurt by that real quick? Going once, going twice, awesome. So, Smith, I believe, posted some educational materials in the Scorpion chat. So make sure to pay attention to that.
Square.
What?
I only see a white square, I don't see anything else.
Oh. Yeah, Smith, I only see little squares too.
Oh. Well, never mind then.
If you can post them somewhere else, that'll be cash money.
Yeah, it could also be Steam's fucking...
It could also just be Steam's thing. So, we'll find out.
I'll check for a second.
Okay,
it's not that important, really. It's
okay.
Just an IED flyer from Afghanistan.
Yeah, definitely get that posted. We can focus on that later. In terms of our operations, honestly, one of the most thought-intensive and attention-intensive things we have to worry about is IEDs. I will go over this probably more than just about anything else, in 100% honesty, for the sheer fact that we only have to... You can fuck up a lot of things and it not be the end of the world. I mean, you can bad frag and everyone can run to safety, and some people might be lightly wounded. You can be short with the 203 and it's the same situation for the most part. An IED fucking shit up is not going to be that, small. At minimum, the convoy's probably going to be brought to a halt, and at worst, we just lost a vehicle with everyone inside it. And now there's probably an ambush going on because we're getting fucked. So, and the other benefit is we have the luxury of actually being able to see shit. And so we know what IEDs look like. They look like this shit. Granted, you can put trash and refuse around so that way it's harder to see it. But we can still ultimately see what an IED is going to look like unless they're using the module. If they are using the module, then we can still defer to the what doesn't look right. So I'm going to put down some trash for the sake. Oh, good Christ. Okay, thank you. And nothing works. Great. I'm not going to bother with that.
Oh yeah, little cut in the things you posted, Smith. I just take a look. They don't work in Chrome either, so it's not just Steam fucking it. It's just, they're weird.
Okay.
We'll sort that out afterwards because I would actually like to see those.
Same.
So with that, this will transition into our next point. So we're going to have our 3 volunteer Humvees right in front of us. One of the most important things to know in a convoy is how to come to a stop. So there's a formation called the herringbone formation. What that entails is when a convoy has to come to a stop, the vehicles are going to peel off into different directions. So vehicle 1, which is right here, is going to move off to the right and focus to the right. That gunner is still going to be focused on his sector for the moment. As the second vehicle, this bad boy, is going to peel over to the left and is going to be watching that sector. There should still be interlapping fire between these 2 vehicles. And as all the vehicles come to a stop, they will be split like this. I'm going to move them so you can see them directly to our front. Okay, you don't hear. Bada bing, bada boom. That is so fucked up. I don't even give a shit anymore. There we go, right here. Perfect. Look down the line, you can see how the Humvees are spread out. Usually in this circumstance, the spacing is going to personally be a lot better. You don't want to be this clustered up because you can still have issues. 1 RPG to one of these vehicles, especially the middle one, can probably tap this third vehicle. So you'd want to have plenty of spacing. When you're going into the herringbone formation from the end of the convoy, you don't have to bunch up. This isn't a slinky. So make sure to maintain that distance, and usually either soft or hard dismounts will be ordered. A soft dismount will be either everyone except for the driver and gunner, or everyone except the gunner from each of the vehicles. It depends on who's in charge and who's deciding what a soft dismount is. I believe that the correct thing for a vehicle, Smith, correct me on this one, is a driver and gunner stay in on soft dismounts.
Safer.
Quality. We're going to go with that because if it works for the Army and the Marines, it works for us. So we'll do soft dismounts like that, and then stand by for further orders. Once you've dismounted from the vehicle, don't hump it. It's not your girlfriend, Chief. Or boyfriend if that's how you swing, I don't judge. You want to get clear, set up a perimeter around, start pulling security, and start digging trenches if you can while having one of you needs to dig a trench, your battle buddy needs to perform overwatch, alternate however you want. If you're the machine gunner, you probably shouldn't be the one digging a trench. So anchor it, please. So with that, we'll be pulling security, and then after that we'll mount up or do whatever the fuck we're going to be told to do. Are there any questions involving this or anything else thus far?
Negative.
Outstanding. So once you are done, let's say that we're stopping for whatever reason. Let's say Incur forgot his water bottle and we had to get that Zeused in or specially flown in so he can come pick it up, and now we're getting back into the convoy. All the vehicles are going to do is they're basically just going to get back onto the road, stay in formation, make sure that you're having decent spacing, then start driving off. Alternatively, if you have done a soft dismount, everyone just mounts up and the vehicles can all just peel back onto the road, easy peasy, looking high speed. The problem is I don't think that's possible with the current people in the unit, so we'll see how that plans out. So after that, that basically covers everything. If vehicles are going to come to a stop in front of like an IED, or any time a convoy is going to come to a stop, this is the formation that's going to be used unless we're inside base. It's very important that you know, okay, I'm going to peel off to such and such direction. The best way to remember it is the first vehicle should always be peeling to the right unless completely impossible. But if you're stopping that in a place where that's not happening, there's probably something already really fucked up. You should not be stopping there. So first vehicle will go to the right, second left, third right, so on and so forth until you get to the end. So if you know which vehicle you are, so let's say I'm the third vehicle, I'm going to go to the right. Odd numbers, right. Even numbers, left. Short, sweet, to the point. You're still going to be in charge of watching your sectors. It's just now that people have dismounted and they'll be pulling security in those same sectors. If we do come to a dismount, I'm probably going to be hopping out and moving between the two vehicles to get a quick check-in on everybody as we relay stuff. Smith, do you have anything else to add before we do a quick little practice run, or does this seem sufficient?
We'll see what happens with the practice run and go from there.
Alrighty, so we're going to have 3 vehicles. There is currently, actually there's only going to be 2 vehicles for the sake of this, because there's 5 of us, and I'm going to be in Zeus when it happens. So I want Gregorov and who am I going to torture today? Brock! You guys get second vehicle. Smith, actually no.
Roger.
Smith and Yakura get second vehicle. Gregorov, Brock get first vehicle.
Roger.
So should I drive?
We're going to ignore the fact that medics are not allowed to drive or gun.
Brock, you're on the gun, my friend. There you go.
Alrighty, Gregorov. I'm going to be putting some markers on the map. You're going to drive, okay?
Copy. Oh no. We're ready to go.
Alright, Gregorov. On my mark, you're going to start driving. So just follow the arrows. This is supposed to be short, sweet, to the point. Are there any questions before you begin, Gregorov?
Nope.
Outstanding. By all means, head on out.
First vehicle stepping off. Brock,
Yep.
keep an eye out for explosives.
Yep.
He's not gonna hit us with an explosive the first 500 or so meters. Let's get my speed limited on. There we go. They keeping up?
You've taken a wrong turn, champ.
That's not the road.
Do you not see the red arrow?
I see the arrow, I don't see the road. That's on the road.
Gregorov, just follow this road.
That's fine, I got it. ID front, do you see it? It's a bit off to the right.
Negative.
Oh, I do. Possible ID to the front right. confirm the ID to the front right. Gonna go around to the left.
Pick 1, stand by.
The second confirmed ID about 75 meters to my front.
Just low. There they go.
ID dealt with by my gun.
Go ahead and continue. Slow down a bit, Vic 1.
Set speed to 35 kilometers per hour. Actually, set it
Copy, I was
to
going 60.
go 60.
Another confirmed ID front. Gonna go second ID to the left. Our way's blocked.
Light up
The first two IDs, first vehicle coming to a stop.
light up the first IDs on the road.
Road's clear, moving on.
Stand by.
There's one to the left.
Stand by, Vic 1.
Yeah. Don't. Why'd you die?
Contact northeast.
Reloading. Right in front of us, 045.
I don't see anymore.
I'm hit.
Sit rep, Vic
Are
1.
you?
Gunners hit, driver's
Fine. I'm gonna patch you up.
Thank you.
Step out.
You're gonna be.
Vic 1, dismount.
Dismount, Brock. Brock, come here. Come to me. Why did second Vic come to me?
Okay, so, two things. You can mount back up. If you come to a stop,
Yeah.
you should herringbone, no matter what. Even if you're going to engage IEDs, move off to the side of the road. The point of the herringbone is to enable you to pull security while at the same time not blocking the whole fucking road. Secondly, you can move the Vic to confirm that you're not just shooting at a dead body for, like, literally a whole box of ammo on your M2.
I'm in.
Alright,
Not like
continue
there
on
is-
when you're ready.
Not like there is anywhere to herringbone. It did not give us any gun support. Is that an idea?
Another ID front.
A firm.
Muted. Gun.
Contact. Grig's down.
You good?
I'm hit.
Victor's moving up.
That's not a road, first of all. Second of all... Okay, Brock, I'm driving like a fucking sloth from now on. Fuck this. I'm removing the speed governor as well.
Okay, so in that circumstance, when you guys started taking fire, once you guys came to a stop, I opened up with a PKM. If you had dealt with the ID, you should have started pushing forward, or should have done something. I was not even aiming at you, Gregorov. I was just basically pointing towards the Humvee and going full auto.
I mean, we herringboned, started shooting at the ID, missed. I don't know what else we could have done. There's too many 3-shooters going around.
Then hit it and move on, or quickly get somewhere and dismount. But that's why we're practicing here.
Are you ready?
A firm.
Let me mount back up and then we'll push on.
As I said, Brock, I'm gonna start avoiding them.
Continue our trip down memory lane, Gregorov.
I'm just gonna, the moment I see an ID, I'm just hitting the turbo and accelerating and just ducking through trees. I believe in my daisy driving skills. I've driven through the forest of Chernobyl. There's gonna be one more action
You guys missed your turn.
What turn? We should have used Pakistan, there's no roads here. That's how you kill your speed. Did they just get... What hit them?
I didn't see it.
Like the floating mic. I'm gonna go scare the shit out of him.
Alright, I'm going to teleport us somewhere super quick. I need to show you guys something. Oh.
Nah. I'm used to driving on shitty roads, but this is just...
There was an arrow pointing the way to go.
How am I supposed to look at the arrow and drive?
With a GPS.
I don't get a GPS.
Why do you not have
You
a
guys
GPS?
don't get GPSs.
Okay, every one of you should
I
be
was-
carrying a G. Every one of you should be using a GPS.
I am, but I can't
Because
pull the
Lambert
map up.
told me I can't.
What GPS do you have available right now, Smith?
The GPS. That's all it says.
Generic one.
This
Okay.
GPS enables accurate positioning.
Okay,
Did
I'm
you-
going to put down a spare wheel and make it an arsenal. Grab an android. We're going to do WAP, and
Why a wheel?
because it's the first thing I have come to mind. There we go. That should be an arsenal.
It's
Just
weird that
grab.
I've always used.
Y'all
regular
don't. No one
GPS.
else needs to grab the android. Just Smith needs to grab the android. Okay. Smith, try right control M now. Does that work?
Negative.
I just want to see what the Android does. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay.
I was told by Smith I can't even have a GPS.
I did not tell you that.
No, not Smith, sorry, Lambert.
Okay.
When he was
well,
checking my equipment.
H
Okay, well-
pulls up my GPS for some reason.
Yes, that's what you can use. You can also go into your ACE interaction menu, and I believe you can have under equipment have it like show Android or something like that, and it can function in that measure. I'm going to get with you, Smith, to make sure that's fixed because that seems fucked up. Like that's not how that's supposed to work.
I've always used a regular GPS and Control M pulls my mini map up, but it's not working now.
Okay, we'll take a gander at it. So I'm going to quickly teleport people to make a point. So I'll be bada bing, bada boom. We're
Hang on a
starting.
second.
Okay.
Alright.
You want our grid?
Okay, we're Alpha 3-1. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So there was an IED put down right here. This was meant to be a dig. So here's the thing. First vehicle went past and did not follow the arrow. Second vehicle did follow the arrow. Now,
And drove right over top of it.
you guys, did you guys hear me say I'm sorry and then nothing happened?
No.
Oh, no, Smith, did you hear me say
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
didn't
I
think
said
so.
I'm sorry because I was 120% certain we were about to get blown up.
Yeah, we drove right over it.
Yeah. It was a pressure plate too, so you guys must have barely skirted it. And I didn't detonate it.
We
by
were
hand.
driving, or how I was driving like this when I came around.
Yeah, but you were basically on the
If
By
I
the
would have
grace of
made
God.
a different choice, I would have been fucked.
Yeah, by the grace of God, you did not activate that IED. But the thing is, because Gregorov, you took a wrong turn, that would have fucked up the rest of the convoy, and then you'd have weird shit happen. So, we're going to build off of that. Go ahead.
I blame lack of roads and the fact that I don't have a minimap.
Okay, so give me a second.
Maybe it's something with the server then. Your mini maps. Oh no, so you
Oh.
don't have a GPS.
Yeah, I don't. I was told by
teleported the
Lambert I
wrong-
can't carry one.
Give me a moment, I have to find where Conlitsky is so I can give him back his slack-ass specialist.
Oh, look, it's Devlin.
Yeah, that I did not mean to teleport Devlin.
Firing line.
There we go.
Okay.
So, they're put back. Okay, there we go. That's fixed. Now that we've gotten rid of him. So let's say hypothetically, because we're going to go through this, I'm just going to do copy, paste, 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 paste. Awesome. So we're going to have our little convoy. Right here. Size not to scale. So let's say hypothetically this vehicle gets blown up, this bad boy. and I'm going to damage the fuck out of it real quick.
Get down just in case.
No, it's fine.
No, no, you said that last time.
No, it's fine.
Is it damaged? It looks damaged.
Yep. It's
Okay,
hurt.
okay.
So.
We should put an 84 just in case.
No, quick.
No, because that'd be fucking stupid.
All of us dying because fucking 84 shrapnel.
As I pull out my 84.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hold on,
Okay.
I'll be right back.
How much time have I wasted of y'all's? Okay, cool. Son of a bitch, that was not even supposed to fucking detonate. Why the fuck is it even detonating in the first place? Is everyone healed?
Because you lower its HP.
It wasn't dead though, that's the thing. None of its stuff was completely fucking bottomed out.
When ammo becomes red, it cooks off.
Do ammo. Any fucking way. Let's say, hypothetically, this vehicle is fuckled. So, we're going to just have it like that to represent it's dead, because that's the best way to fucking go about it. So, first vehicle has been hit, and let's say we're not in it for the first time in our lives. What's going to happen is we have to react to this appropriately, because the first vehicle can no longer pull security, and if we don't do something, everyone's just going to be sitting awkwardly in front of burning wreckage and bad times. So, the second vehicle is going to pick the path of least resistance, usually the left side, but whatever it can, it's going to go around, not that close, but it's going to go around the first vehicle and start pulling security, dismount, start pulling security. The rest of the vehicles are going to move over and herringbone, because that's what they should be doing. Dismount should be happening, and a quick assessment of what actually has happened. Is it an IED? Was it an RPG? We can't just leave it there because there might be someone alive. The vehicle might not be catastrophically killed. It might just be damaged and people need to hop out. And if it is an ambush, until we can determine that, we need to pull security. So this is where you have your dismounts, start pulling security, getting shit on the road. So, yeah. Smith, do you have any insight on it?
Nope, not this time.
Okay. We've spent about an hour on this. Smith, I'm going to let you go ahead and conduct your own drills. I'm going to move the teleporter pole over to here.
Alright, can we get set up at Mount Town with
Yep.
2 vehicles?
What vehicles do you want?
I don't care.
Okay. Give me a moment. I can't get. Oh, can I delete them now?
What'd I miss? Why is there blood on the floor?
Smith, just go over it for me. Go
Go through what?
can you go over the herringbone stuff for? Do you want the urban reaction camp, or do you want the?
Whatever the bigger town is.
Let me find it. CQ. Pull this up. Okay, let me check. I think that's the urban reaction camp. Yeah, the urban reaction camp's technically bigger, but it's not. Let me check. Because this is. Because to my remembrance, there should be a big town, but I'm not seeing it. Okay. Not here. I'm going to put y'all at the urban reaction camp. It's the biggest place that I can find.
Okay. All right. Let's give me Yankura and Greg in this first Humvee right here.
Okay, here's all the stuff you need. I am going to dip out. Sorry,
Okay.
Smith. Just give me the
Nope.
2-3 senses.
Yep, no worries.
Yankura, didn't you want to drive?
Brock and me will be in this vehicle.
Also, I don't know what's happening. I just know that I'm here.
Yankura, go ahead and drive. I can come.
All right, so
User disconnected from your channel.
head down the road to your right hand side a little ways to the east. Other east. Just go down like 300-400 meters. Keep going. And just, that's fine. Actually, that's fine. Just turn around, head back the other direction, and stop. So, Brock in this vehicle, just flip around and get behind him. Go ahead and dismount real quick. Go ahead, come up here. Alright, so basically what I want to practice here real quick is we're heading, we're going into a town. We have no idea what the condition of the town is. We don't know if it's hot. We don't know what's going on, but we're coming up to this town here. And we're going to establish just a very crude temporary CP, especially since there's only 4 of us. But word is, part of our mission tomorrow is going to be moving into a town, establishing a CP, and then doing foot patrols. Okay, so obviously we're on a smaller scale since there's only 4 of us. But what we're going to do, we're going to get back into vehicles, head up to this town. I'll call out a building that I want to take over for our CP. We're going to call a hard dismount. We're going to move into that building, secure that building using our proper building clearing techniques, and then we're going to sit there for a second, and then we'll move on from there. Is it clear to everybody? What's going on?
Affirm.
Weapons up. There's not going to be any enemies. We don't have a Zeus or anything, so it's just going to be a dry fire. So, same vehicles. Yank and Greg, you're going to be leading in. We'll be following you. Yep.
Do you want?
Say again.
Would you wish to acquire Zeus?
No, it's okay. It's just a dry run. Alright, convoy halt. Go ahead and rendezvous second Vic, move up to first Vic's location. Keep good spacing. This is good here. Hard dismount, we're going to set up a temporary CP in the tan building just to our south, right there off the road. sure you're watching security. Go ahead and stack up on the door. Rock your last man.
Roger.
Need breacher.
Yeah, go ahead and breach.
3, 2, 1, breaching. Going right.
Left. Oh, yep. There you
That'll
go.
do.
Stairway.
Room clear.
Stairway, second room. Second room's clear, stairway going up. The windows.
Moving.
Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Does everyone know what a two-man stair technique is?
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Alright, Greg and Yankura take the stairs with the two-man team.
Alright.
I remember correctly.
What's
Second man was watching. Yeah, you're supposed. Was it first man? Wait, Yankura, wait one.
Yankura, come
Was
back
it?
down. Alright,
If I remember correctly, which I was trying to say, was Yankura, you're supposed to watch up, and I'm supposed to watch the staircase?
Yeah, so what you're gonna go up the stairs, back to back. Okay, so you have a 360
Okay.
up the stairs. So you're gonna go back to back up the stairs, and then when you get to the top of the stairs, and it's gonna be slow. Yep, at a walk basically. So that way, when we get up the stairs, Greg's looking back already. Yankura's got the front of the room, and you guys have cleared the room.
Well, room clear.
Is that door? Can that door open?
User joined your channel.
Good later, Vernon.
All of the windows open.
Dead door open.
Okay, stack up.
All right, stack up on this door.
3, 2, 1, breach.
Oh, outside.
Clear.
Okay. All right, everyone. Is there something upstairs? No. Everyone back
Nope.
in. Downstairs.
Well, it's back to back. The good thing you said it, because I had forgotten it was back to back.
That's the way I do it.
Check out this one. Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, I've seen people do it as because ArmA stairs are wide enough. You've got the first man watching the back and the second man actually, so they're front to front. But you could actually spray into the body that way. But I have done it both ways.
Yeah, so the main goal is just to have as much of the room covered as soon as possible. Correct.
We were about to go over that with Pacheco, but we just didn't have time.
Yeah. So anytime we set up a CP, we're gonna close the door. Right. We're gonna get security. So it's good to see windows, but you don't just want to fucking camp in windows, right? So if there's a sniper out there, you don't want to just put your face in a window so he can shoot you in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're watching a window, you know, you want to be at the corner of it like this, probably at a knee. You know, peeking out from time to time, moving to the other side of the window from time to time. You know, you're working the window like that. So hopefully you don't get Snipe City.
Blake, you're a little late.
Yeah. In this case, I would be on the second floor with all the windows and door closed, medicing people if needed.
Yep, needed, and then
Because yeah.
If we're a bigger team, you know, depending on where the squad leader wants to set up, the squad leader could be set up upstairs, or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna take a peek outside real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. The reason why I set up upstairs is it has the most cover and or concealment.
Yeah, because the first place someone's gonna, if the ground team starts breaching this place, the first place they're gonna be is the bottom floor, most likely.
Nice, Blake. That's strong effort. All right, so the next thing, we got a call from command that there is potentially hostiles in this village. So we're going to do a short foot patrol going house to house in here as a 4-man team. Okay, this is always going to be tough. You're always going to have open areas, but we're going to do our best to avoid areas. So we're going to move into that building right there first. All right, just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to take point.
Right.
I'll
So we're
have
gonna
to
move
be
out.
second.
Yep, we're going to move out here.
Third.
I know that way should be clear, so I'm going to give a peek around this corner. There's that fatal alleyway here. We're going to bound across. And that door doesn't open. So just bound across.
Go ahead, Brock.
anytime we move across the opening, the last man needs to give some kind of signal.
Oh, last man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Set.
So we're gonna bound across the next building.
That. Now, just to call out something here.
Last man set.
If you guys notice what when we're bounding like this, and I think that's what you had in mind, Smith, was first person bound, he's covering, and because we're technically moving from building to building, the moment Brock gets to my position, I release the corner to allow him to cover the last man. And when last man comes, Brock releases the corner. Is that the whole idea?
Well, here's the way that I would do it, and it doesn't, I guess, mean it's right, but the way that I would do it. So going from this building right here to the building we're at now, if the point man comes across, he's going to cover this corner, right? So if I'm the point man, I'm covering this corner, and I'm looking this way, right? And I'm looking this way, right? So that's my responsibility. Is the front and the right, we're going to say that this area towards that way is safe. All right, so we're moving through this town. The next person that comes across would post up on this corner, watching this alleyway. All right, and then I don't believe in relieving people when it's just a four-man team, so the second person would stay here. Okay, because once you're set, you don't want to be crossing each other and all that other shit. So the second person's just going to stay here. The third person would bound across into somewhere in this position, and he's just going to be watching whatever he can. Fourth person bounds across. There we go. Okay, now we're all. What is this damn place called for Blake?
It's
the
place.
Urban Reaction Camp.
Camp, yes. Which doesn't actually have any way to. Just give me a moment.
It doesn't have a TP thing.
That's why I'm asking DLT to promote me.
I think that was just our group.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You got promoted? Nope.
I don't know how to use Zeus anyway, so.
You can promote other Zeuses via a module. It's very easy. Just place it down on you and it gives you Zeus. I could go and pick him up. He can go to Buddy Livefire. I'll go pick him up. Tell him to TP to Buddy Livefire.
Hang on a second.
They're not gonna do it.
All right. What did you say, Buddy Livefire?
Yeah, tell him to TP to Buddy Livefire.
Who's that?
Who?
Right there. Running away. Is that Greg?
No.
I think that's Blake.
Okay, it's
the hell?
fine. I I'm the medic. I am the medic.
Basically, the ambulance just ran over Blake in front of the.
Okay, never mind.
We got him, Smith.
Oh, do you have a heart rate or did I manage to? You have a heart rate. So, morphine. Adenosine, so you're having that shit continue. Wait, are you still alive? Are you alive? Oh, I'm gonna check your responses. Is it possible for you to be alive? Nope, there you go, okay. Yeah, he's now unconscious, it's fine. He has no heart rate, Yankura, do CPR. No, don't do CPR, Yankura. Fine.
I'll just.
Blake got armored. Is Smith alive? Brock, is Smith alive?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. Well, yeah, Blake got armored after he got ran over by an ambulance.
Yeah, I saw it.
we're like, are you fucking joking? That's the equivalent to an ambulance running him over, and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, and Blake's like, are you fucking kidding me? And Blake's still speaking to us while unconscious, and we're like, hold on, that doesn't make sense. And then we're like, Blake, what can you see? He goes, I can see normally, but there's a line. And I'm like, oh, and he's like, check his responsiveness. And as soon as we check his responsiveness, he ragdolls again, and then goes back to unconsciousness. And I'm like, oh, and then Greg goes, his heart rate is none. And he's like, go to CPR, he just fucking dies.
Rip.
Indeed.
He wasn't vibing with you, huh?
He was not vibing. There he is.
Rick, Jesus Christ.
Rick, do not run someone
Crazy
over.
drunk drivers.
With Eurobeat.
Alright, so
There
we're
he
gonna
is.
start back. We're gonna start back here.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
Good idea.
Hi, Blake, and welcome back.
Hey, Blake.
Yo, what's up?
Alright, Blake,
didn't
so
happen.
the situation is here, we're just running a little dry fire, and just going from building to building as a team. We set up a mobile CP in this building right here, and we're just going building to building. Most of the doors don't open, but you'll get the idea. So, again, if we're moving to, let's say we just moved to this building here. We're going to move to that building, so we're going to bound across. So the first person's going to bound across. They're going to set up on that corner to watch south and west down the alley. Second person. What was that?
Misfire.
Okay, Blake, get back over there.
I just marked the CP on that.
So the second person is going to be on this corner, right? Watching west down that alley. Third person's going to move up to about there. Fourth person somewhere in this area, so on and so forth, right? So I'll be the point. I'm going to run across. Bounding. Set.
Yeah.
That.
Correct.
Set.
Moving. That.
Points moving.
Come on, Blake. Go ahead. Get in front of me.
Set.
Do you...
Set.
Moving. Set.
Alright, so now we're going to move into the town here a little bit. So we're going to, let me see if there's a road here.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move down this alley, and then we're going to go to the right. Okay? We're going to set up in a squad column on this opening. Okay? So, because we're going to move through this town. So, let's go over here. Road is clear. I'm going to go to the left. Next person should be there. The third person should be... you know, we can spread out as we go, but we're basically running a zipper line here, squad column. Okay. So, what do you think that the? Can everyone hear me? Just regular talking.
Yeah.
Hey, firm.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think if from my position, what am I watching?
Front. Forward.
Yep. So front, and then what else?
Left. So like northwest.
Negative. I have a better view of this route.
Oh yeah.
Than Blake, right? Blake can't see what the hell is right above him. You know, so you should be watching the opposite side of the road in addition to your sector. So if a dude pops out, you know, say he pops out on that balcony right there, drops his AK over the ledge, and puts fucking 6 rounds on Blake's dome piece, that's not. Blake would have no idea that dude was even there because I can't see up above me, right? So, everyone go to a walking pace, and we're gonna start moving. I'm watching front, and like right now I'm watching that red umbrella up there just to make sure nothing's happening. Blake's watching front into basically above my head. Brock's watching, you know, basically up above Blake's head and so forth, and we just move through the town like this. Getting cover when you can. We're gonna come to a opening, so we're gonna halt here because we come to a crossing, and then I'm gonna turn the squad column to the left. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn left and go down the left side of the road. Blake's gonna move to the right side of the road, and we're gonna stick to our column. All right, let's move out. Alright, we're going to halt here. So the reason I've halted us here is because there's a huge opening up here and a big ass compound to our southwest. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to call a rendezvous so everybody come around the corner and get here where they can hear me. Blake, go ahead and get that corner so you can see down towards the south. Good. Ankura, you're watching behind. That's good. We should probably be on the building, but that's okay. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to bound up. Everyone get up here where they can see now. Forget your security for a minute. Alright, so it appears to me that the opening of that compound's right there. So we're going to bound up to that building and stack up on that. I want the first man on the close corner, and the second man on the far corner. Okay, so Blake, go ahead and head up there to that near corner.
For an opening this big, the question to vape or not to vape?
Should we jump on radio? Because you're not gonna hear me from there.
Yep, we'll go on radio. And Greg does bring up a good point. We probably want to pop smoke in that direction.
Actually, everybody press Shift K for a moment. Blake, do you know what the thing on the top left of your screen is?
Is it the wind?
Yep.
Yep. So in this case, exactly, I'll throw the smokes right to cover left.
But none of my UI is working. I can't even tell what kind of grenades I have.
Same.
And 3 smokes is enough to cover everything.
Yep.
Have you
All
guys
right.
My
recently
UI's fine.
changed your resolutions?
No. Go ahead.
No,
We'll
there's
figure it
a
out
UI
later.
bug on this particular map. If you don't, sometimes you have to respawn to fix it. And
Go
as
ahead.
you can see, Vape
It's fine.
Nation is
Go ahead
covering
and-
us.
Yep. Go ahead and move up. Radio in when you're set.
That's good smoke coverage. There's smoke there.
You need to tell me that you're set. Third's moving.
I'll be fourth, you're 15, Kuro.
Three set.
Four.
Moving.
Four.
5 moving.
Yeah, I just heard it in Kuro via Smith. What the
5
fuck?
set.
Alright, Brock, go ahead and move up here. Stack up on Blake.
The Brock, you take it.
Set.
Last man set.
Alright, so since the first opening is going to be to our right, we're going to move into the compound to the right. So Blake's going to crest around the corner. He's going to take the immediate right. Greg, you're going to follow, so on and so forth. And then duck into that building on the right, or that compound on the right.
Right there.
Go ahead and pull up. Go ahead, Yank.
Clear.
Just continue around the compound. Don't worry about real security right now. We're just focusing on the movement.
Understood.
Monster spacing.
Compound's clear.
Go ahead and stop when you get back to the road. Alright, everybody get the idea?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not gonna make you all do this to every single compound, but the next, obviously, we go to the left. Blake would hook around to the left around that wall, and then we go around left to right around that compound, come back to the road, so on and so forth, and we move our way up the road. So, obviously, the number one saying with anything like this is what? Right, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You know, so as we're moving here, what's probably going to be our biggest concern in this town?
Fire from high up.
Second stories.
I would agree. You know what I mean? I would definitely
There's
be
a lot
watching
of open areas,
those
especially
windows.
like that one right there and that one right there.
Right. So like all these little porches and windows and all this shit on the second floor would be my main concern in a town like this. So if you're just sprinting through these compounds, you're not going to have a good. What was that?
Destroying chem lights.
Nothing.
Oh. You're not going to have a good shot if somebody pops out. Whereas if I'm moving, you know, if I'm running around like this, and someone comes out, I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm just, you know, it's not a good situation. So anytime we're moving in a town like this, if I'm in command, we're going to be walking like this. So somebody pops out in that window on the left. Now I got shots on target immediately. You know, rather than running around like a fucking chicken with our heads cut off. And you know, we need to keep a slow pace. That way, if somebody pops out, you know, we have good shots on target immediately. Any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
All right. Well, that's all I wanted to cover. So tomorrow if you haven't read the briefing that's just doing it, it's on the forums.
Yeah, we're doing some stuff right around Iraq, right? Or Iran, or too.
Well, the map is Daiwani. I've checked out the map. It's pretty cool.
I thought I was getting promoted tomorrow or something.
Is that what we're fucking talking about right now?
Yo, will I get
Go
promoted?
stand in a corner.
There is a ceremony tomorrow. Yes.
Dude,
will that be before or after the ARP? Because I will never be on after
Before.
an ARP. Okay.
Before.
It's before.
Okay. So.
I am
Which if we would have just read the operation, see that the ceremony is scheduled right before the operation.
I've never been to
It's 1300.
You've never been to what?
So
a ceremony.
You know how to do it though, right?
No.
You didn't go over. You didn't go over ceremony and OSA.
Did we go over ceremony
What?
and OSA, Greg?
Jesus Christ.
we did.
Everybody fucking respawn.
No, hold on. I don't want to make us do an extra thing. I'll just go over it.
No, it'll take 5 minutes.
In Kuro, we did go